telling them. But...
Hey team, how we going? It's Kaz from In the Trenches with Kaz, and again, I'm never alone. Just like the sniper in the back of Lauren's house. Let's get some thumbs up if you can actually hear anything coming out now. Lauren, give us a sound check. Can you?
Yep.
Can they hear you?
I'll see if I can hear you. Hang on, I'm just waiting for it to start. There's a bit of a delay.
Oh, we've never had that before.
Yep, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, that's great.
Good.
Hey team, thanks for hanging in there. All I can see is bloody members and moderators all like, come on Kaz, get it together. AM, not FM, says Aaron Mills. We've got heaps of, we've even got a new married couple here, Tyson Walker and his lovely lady Grace Walker, who prefers to go for a run sometimes when he gets off the lounge. I'm going to turn the chat off for a while on the screen so you can actually read the subliminal messages that I've actually left on the screen for all of our great people. I'm as blind as a blind bat's butt. Battle Angel, what a fantastic name. Throwing a bit of cat at me. I'm a dog man myself, but I don't mind a cat on my lap.
I love cats.
Yeah, so do I. It's hard to tell men that. You know, I don't like cats much either. But I do, I love them. Put my glasses on, 10% more intelligent now. Battle Angel, how you going, mate? Is there anything we can do to help you at all? Drunk Aussie again is leaning on his Corona and the keyboard and has accidentally flashed his key card across the account and thrown a bloody sunburnt, it is summer after all, or the bushfire WA donation there. G'day Kaz and team, can't stay long, just going to drop in. What are you drinking tonight, Aussie? Let us know. And if we can go back 2 seconds, Battle Angel, I'm wondering if that's someone who's changed their name, but it's pretty bloody fantastic.
Could do, yeah.
I just don't know, have we had Battle Angel talk before?
Maybe under a different name.
I'm going to buy my dog some beef jerky, okay, with that $5. Thank you very much. That's going to go a long way for a hungry little pooch who's already damn well spoilt.
Yeah, and there's Luke Hutchins as well.
Yes, Mr. Hutchins. What's going on there, Luke? Yeah. G'day, mate. How about you throw a question to us, mate? You know, I feel bad. It's like I give you nothing back for your dinero, for your shekels.
Oh, that's not true.
Delegates here. Lovely Lauren's here. Joseph Barker, Hannibal, the enemy of the Rome.
Yep.
Not a cat fan, mate, but Artie Hannibal is here. Not a cat fan. It does taste a little bit like chicken.
Oh, come on now.
Thanks, team. So what are we going to be here tonight? Let's go do a quick introduction before we pass it over to you guys, because you're going to get more than a little bit of attention to yourselves tonight. Tonight's a bit of a free ball event. And what do I mean by that? Well, tonight I want you to understand that quite often when people come to the channel, and I'm Kaz and this is Lauren, as we know, people may not always be here for the military, but they're here for somewhere to go, for somewhere to be. You know, and there might be that question, well, Kaz, why do you always stream instead of put up productions that can take a long time to actually create, can be succinct and last forever, and get about, 10,000 plus more views per video? Well, the fact of the matter is, I don't think many YouTubers are capable of streaming. I don't think they have the maybe the time on earth or the brevity or the knowledge or the wisdom within what they speak of to be able to machine gun fire off a delivery of questions over prolonged months in a row that gives you the context of the actual question you're asking. So I think that myself, as a YouTuber, veteran father, old bastard extraordinaire, I don't think I'd be giving you your money's worth, so to speak, your entertainment value, if I didn't get on here, stream, and give you context so that you actually get to know the person that is delivering information with you and gives you that sense of maybe loyalty, that this stream gives a little bit more than some other channels that might taste better, but to be great or to be better, you have to be different. And we're different. You steer the ship, I'm on the ship. This is our channel. It's just that I've got control of the microphone, and so does Lauren, as a matter of fact. And we're going to talk about streaming tonight. We've got Aaron Liquid, a drink of Aaron.
Yeah, no thanks.
A bottle of Aaron. Can't stay for too long either, team, but I may be back on towards the end. I shall watch this later when I get home. Well, before you go, Aaron Liquid, I'd like to quickly do a call out. Have we seen Carl P here yet?
Yeah, Calamari was here before.
Calamari, I like it. Very nice. Stringy if he's overcooked. Well, at the moment, we're seeing a lot of, what do we call it? Resilience from Carl as he sits on the rooftop with Lionel Richie, who dances on the ceiling. He's a tradie. But his sons have really impressed us. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick call out tonight, and I know we'll record this for his boys, who at the moment are the wind beneath his wings, if not those that soak up the attention who want to be like Dad.
Oh, now, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And this is Carl's time in the sun. So Carl, who was allowed the Army Reserve to take him in his middle age and make him the best version of himself, which has also made him a better dad, which has also made him a better mentor for those that love him. How do I know this? Because his kids actually have drawn cards for him with pictures of him doing push-ups, sit-ups, running, saying what a hero he is.
That's precious.
It is precious. And this is from two young boys. Okay, we've got Lincoln, right? Not from the USA. And we've also got Justin. Lincoln's 10, Justin's 9. Very close together. There must have been a fine wine in between those nights.
Yeah.
And if you're out there, Lincoln, I'm very proud of you, because Lincoln just created his first 1 kilometre split, and he's bought it in a time of 6 minutes and 25 seconds. That's not too bad, mate, for a 10-year-old, despite the fact that you've got equivalent to a ball and anchor on your wrist. Now he's got a baby G-Shock that his father gave him as a present for making 10 years old, a sign of respecto mucho.
Yeah,
so that's fantastic.
Oh, that's terrific. You're like building Australia by building your kids.
He is.
Like that.
These boys are going to give back for
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've got Mr. Lightfoot here. We've got Flynn, Russo and Tristan that have stepped up as well. And we've also got Nico kicking indoors that have joined us in Patreon. It's been a really, really good week. We've got a lot of information I need to go and look at from Daz, who's trying to do a donut in slow motion. It's not because the wheels have got torque at the lower end. It's because of a Hyundai that's got one cylinder working. But if you've got some news, send it in. Carl, he just heard. Lincoln, okay. All the best to you, young fella. And Justin, your brother, you're going to catch him soon enough. Let's see those 1 kilometre splits now that you've given yourself created a personal best.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Major Benson Wilford Payne marched out of Kapuka today. He's glad to have his phone back and to be able to watch the stream.
Well, maybe this is a little bit fitting for you then, my friend, but you'll know that you're going to get a bit of life balance, because no matter how much you want to be on your phone, you can't take it outfield. OPSEC security, you can't take it on the boats. You can't shave with it, so you'll get some time out. And that will prevent you from being like the personal page that I've made just for this stream here tonight, which one of those messages may or may not echo with you. You're about to get an alert that's going to come up to say, Trey, oh Trey.
Oh, Trey, yeah.
He says, hey, Kaz, in total, I've donated $100 to you only because, hold up the bat, that's a century.
Yeah.
Because I believe you have earned it through the passing of knowledge onto us. I'm enlisting on Monday. Any advice for someone who wants 2 hour or general last minute advice? Trey, for starters, thank you very much, mate, for the Asian sunburnt summer cow. Yeah. That is going to go on some chutney that I'll put on my daughter's plate and see how many days in a row it goes before she eats it. Thank you very much. And if you can, give COVID to the like button team while we're waiting. Some advice for Trey. This is a time of trepidation, Lauren. There is so many comforts that you're saying goodbye to that this weekend you'll keep saying to yourself, last time I do this, last time I go there, last time I sleep in.
Yep. Yep. Make sure you've rung everyone you want to ring and have a chat to them.
Yep.
You've got a lady friend or a man friend, leave them a nice letter.
and this is the time, Trey, I'm not sure if you're single or not, but you get to go up to those girls you thought you had no chance with and go,
Yep.
I've got to go, baby. Like Forrest Gump, and go, this is your last chance. I'm not going to be the same man when I come home.
Yep, give it all you've got.
And then in the background have Pearl Jam playing, Can't Find a Better Man. And use my skills as an editor and have, then Treyo. Mate, leave yourself some videos on your phone so that when you get it a week later, etc., that you've told yourself, you can look at yourself, what do you think's going to happen? What do you expect? Maybe give your phone to your friends. Maybe ask all of your friends to send you a 1 minute or less equivalent video that can make you laugh, that when you finally get your video and all it is a sea of green dots of messages waiting, and it's all videos going, suck shit, you're asleep, my boys, you don't know. It'd be gold. Oh.
Democracy with a yellow cow.
I just had the best conversation yesterday with Democracy, and self-confessed, he leans a little bit further to the left than I do. But we had a lot of middle ground yesterday. We spoke for over an hour, and Democracy was great.
Yeah, you usually do. When two people are logical, it doesn't really matter which way they lean. You can have an exchange. People need to remember conversation is an exchange of ideas.
Yeah.
And it's really sweet when you can, meet each other halfway.
It is. So can you please, we're going to call the yellow cow now instead of calling it the Asian cow, because I don't want to get hungry. We're going to call it the coward cow, the CC.
Okay, fair enough.
That cow's yellow. Or yeller, as they'd say with an American accent. And then we'll get down to Matty O'Neill, the maker of surfboards. So can we start with Democracy and then we'll work our way down to Matty?
Hey, Kaz, thanks very much for the talk yesterday. I greatly appreciated it. It was nice to have a nice and calm conversation, especially with different opinions and views.
I took away as much than what you did. And anything, if anything, Mr. Democracy, Senior Democracy, not trying to make it sound like you need to be on the other side of the wall using senior, afternoon sleeps, etc. Did you notice a few times, could you hear in my voice that I was starting to and just redline a little bit? I was being calm, but we were still talking about enough that I felt like I didn't want to leave the conversation because it kept doing the boom, 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 revving.
That's the conversations you and I have quite often. Because we're both quite passionate too, and you've got to allow people to be passionate about what they really believe in or what is very important to them.
Yeah, of course. Jason Barker, absolutely we can. Can you please just message me again, mate, just to make sure that tomorrow, because at the moment, every one of my message receiving platforms is absolutely feels like I've got 1,000 books overdue and every librarian's trying to get through to me at the moment.
Can I read Matt O'Neill?
Absolutely. I'm listo. Spanish, ready.
Okay. G'day, Kaz. I'm not sure if you remember me. I started my application in 2019, but have a metal rod in my leg, paddy shoes. Finally passed my assessment session for non-combat yesterday. Very excited.
Matty O'Neill, let's go. He's part cyborg, right? Does that mean that you're going to be even colder in that leg when you're in a cold climate? Will the rod get colder? Is it impossible to break now? Can you kick a football further? It's a weird one. Dave D wishes he had the rods in his legs at one stage when he had his catastrophic 2-foot fall that nearly took his life.
Yeah. I just don't know how he managed to do that much damage, But it'd be like the $6 million man.
It's because he wants to be an officer. Maddie.
Mr. Patterson wants you to give out Mitsu cows. He's missing them.
It's only because my hands are full and I don't want to bloody...
Fair enough.
And what colour's this phone? If you say white, that's racist. Yeah. What are we talking about? Classic comedian like Kaz. You're a funny bloke. You remind me so much of my old man. Enjoy, everyone. Thanks again, Kaz and Lauren, and I'll catch us all again soon. Aaron Liquid, great to have you here, mate. Thanks for the donut. I will feed the dog the jerky. Won't give it a drink, so it appreciates everything it receives. And mate, absolutely pleasure to have you here, AL. We'll call you Al if you call me Betty. Mate, thank you very much. Guys and girls, it's a bit of an exciting day. And I don't know why. It might be because we're not necessarily geared into trying to come up with a subject that is all about military. Because your message is going to steer the way we go tonight. A whole lot's happening. I can see at the moment the creative juices for me has not fallen back about wanting a camper van. You know, we've got the thought process of going and hitting the street very soon with Aaron the Hitman Dixon.
Oh, that'll be great. Everyone loves it when you and Dicko do stuff like that.
Well, this one will be really good because we're going to go and talk to some impossibly good-looking people in the city. Awesome. It's not only going to be good for clickbait, but it's going to be good to watch and go, oh, yeah. And we're going to allow the members to potentially make some of the questions as well as the Patreon crew to make some of the questions. And there's going to be a lot of funny in it. And they'll have an option, guy or girl, to give Kaz a hug before the interview's over. And they can just go, nah.
You taking the time to get consent first. Young men, that's very important.
It is. Well, here's a funny one. Mm-hmm. I don't remember ever going over to a girl, grabbing her, put my arm in a position where it's weird, whatever. Yet there's been many times in my fitter days especially where a girl has come over and just started feeling my chest.
Yes,
or rubbing your back or rubbing your arm without consent, not asking if you've got a wedding ring finger on.
Exactly.
But if that went the other way, I'd be in jail going, pick the soap up, son.
Ladies, you take your time and get some consent too, please.
No, you don't need to do it because it doesn't worry us. We actually don't mind it. Yeah. Okay, Matty O'Neill's a scaffolder too. He, you should go and work for Daz. Yeah, mate, being scaffolder for 7 years, it actually does get colder. Well, your leg is almost a piece of the scaffolding of you, my friend.
Yeah, exactly, mate. He did it himself.
I've got a special place in my soul for scaffolders because, god damn, they work hard. And, they do count. If you can't carry enough of the braces, they will look at you and go, mate, if you work that over a day, you're carrying significantly less than everyone else. And you don't seem to be going up.
Yeah, exactly. It's an old profession since the pyramids. Scaffolders have been needed, so...
I'm going to make a video for you. I'll probably forget to put your name in there, Maddie, but I'm going to put I really enjoy making productions on phobia-orientated reaction videos. And I've been watching a hell of a lot of them lately because they make you feel alive, and I've disengaged from the political atmosphere, the geopolitics that's happening in the USA. So I'm going to put some of those up so you can have a bit of a laugh at it because it doesn't make sense that Maddie has to actually tie off. So does Carl, so does Daz, when they get above 2 metres off the ground for OH&S reasons, yet a child doesn't have to do it when they get over 2 metres on a playground. Or when you go on mountain walks and you can be 10,000 feet up and there's a chain that you're not connected to, grizzly ice-covered rocks, poor fitting shoes and cardio, where you can slip to your death, but no one will ever actually be able to get to you in time because you're in a foreign country where you paid 7 ringgit for, and no one can hear you scream. Not when you get to the bottom anyway.
Look who's here. It's Tom of the Jungle.
And it's Kebab here too. Tom of the Jungle. He was one of our very first disciples, if you will, that did the free PT, that was here for the channel from the start, who got in. He went with the fuel expert. Now he's a has-cam guru. Has found love.
Really? Oh, I love love. That's so great.
I love love. He's been to NAM as well. Tom of the Jungle, g'day Kaz and team. Thinking of you all and listening on headphones on the slide today. COVID assist, good mate. You do that hard work, mate, and we need you on that wall.
Yeah, we love you, Tom of the Jungle. You're an OG around here.
He's as OG as it gets. And you know what? For a man who couldn't do push-ups, when I first met him, it's amazing that he was undefeated on the corner in the bare knuckle boxing beside the Penrith Panthers.
Good on him.
Yeah, undefeated. Yep. Right. There you go. A lovely man.
Yep, he sure is.
Yeah. Matty O'Neill, he couldn't agree more. OH&S is the bane. But you know what? It's saved a lot of good blokes, Matty.
Yeah, exactly. In your job, that's kind of, pretty important.
Yeah. Tommy's thrown out some good luck to all enlisting this year. And remember, the Army isn't just about infantry.
Yeah.
Wash your mouth out, son. There's lots of cooler other stuff to do in the Army. All the best.
It really is. That's true.
Tom, if you ever want to cringe like you've never cringed before, then you need to go and look at the recruiting videos for the Air Force on Agi. Oh, my God. I did it the other day, and I've got to tell you, guys and gals, I couldn't sleep after it. I really couldn't. If you consider it, guys, don't. Come to infantry instead, unless it's got beside your area. I'm sorry. Daz, I'd rather go splat any day than hang for over 5 minutes in a harness than die when they pull you out of it.
That's a video you should watch for your phobia.
There's one particular video that I want to actually do a reaction on in the next couple of days, and it's called Angel's Leap.
Oh, okay.
I nearly vomited when I was watching it. I was angry. I was yelling at the TV.
There's a kraken there.
There is a kraken. Remember that uncle? You can't remember his name, but you remember him smelling of tobacco and cheap beer on Christmas? Get away, you goddamn octopus. You kraken. It's the King Slickster. You can't get bigger than King if you're a slickster. He's the king of it. Welcome to the Great Unwashed. You're a member now, King. Now, maybe I'm a member if you're the king. I'm just a YouTubing veteran. Look, you've even got yourself above Dave Penson, who's back from NAM. Dave Penson's there at NAM at the moment. I love you all as well. We love you too, Dave. You're one of us, mate. In the street where no one knows your name because I can't speak English.
Yeah, exactly. We love having David here for the wisdom, and, he's done some amazing things in his life. He is a fountain of wisdom, guys.
He is. Okay. Can we also get a bunch of thumbs up for the King Slickster? We haven't got the videos at the moment up for Nutsu Cow and for the Kraken, because they had to be replaced by other videos which were to do with Hewitt, etc. We'll quickly look into in a moment if you want, because it's actually pretty good. I don't even know where you found that, Carl P. or Lauren. Either that looks like a dog's dick or that's a kraken.
It's a kraken. It's a squid.
Oh, okay. I've just got the
squid. That's what comes up.
I've just got the dog's lipstick on my mind because, well, my puppy's has finally told me that he's an adolescent now.
Okay, that went downhill quickly.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Move right along.
Mr. Bryce, I'm going to keep asking, Kaz, where's the Pepsi photo? Waterboarding is the only option to save, Kaz. Mate, right there. I even accidentally fake newsed myself by putting on the thumbnail, and the fact that I've got my thumb up saying why do I stream for context, etc., might look like I'm actually an advertisement for Pepsi, and that's not what it means. Hey, Leo, how you going? The damn threes. Bailey's hat. Your hat just flew and landed. Where did it land this time? It's going to stink, mate, because it landed on Freddie Mercury's casket.
Goodness me.
Battle Angel, thank you for the respect there. 4 thumbs every day of the week, not the 3 thumbs.
Yeah.
My OCD kicks in. Tyson Walker, that's him and his lovely wife, Grace. 4 thumbs.
Yeah.
Nod your Nam, 3 thumbs there of colour. Are your glasses working, Kaz? Mr. P, not so much, mate. Not so much. Red Rocket taken off. Sticky's talking about the puppy's lipstick.
Okay, all right. Come on now.
Look there. Jay Hayes, north side, and Jay Hayes, west side, not cerebral palsy. Hey, guys and gals, put a thumbs up there if you heard what happened near our house in the last few days. It has absolutely rocked me. In case you don't know what's happened over at Western Sydney here, something's happened with 3 girls who were like best friends. They've had a falling out, and they decided to take the to one of their friends and put her in the boot to take her to Belangolo to finish her off.
It's a bit extreme.
Yeah.
I've out with people before, but heck.
So scary.
That is scary. This is a real problem. I think we should talk about it in No Safe Space one day, is the increase in young women and violence.
I think it's the testosterone that's happening as they're getting angrier, and men's non-willingness to fight back because our estrogen levels are going up.
Idle pressures. You know, women are being told to be more aggressive and to be that bad bitch, like it's a virtue, and and men are being told to be more passive. You know, this is ridiculous. We have a dramatic increase in women committing, especially young women, committing horrendous violence that, you know, you probably just would not have seen in the past.
It was just so sinister, the fact that they were calmly driving her to her demise, and then she knocked a light out of the back of the car and put her arm out and waved her arm, and someone driving behind went, holy shit, that's an old-fashioned indicator. And then they realised it was a human hand. The cops came, pulled them over, and...
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies and parents out there, always teach your kids how to kick out a brake light or an indicator and to stick their hands out if they're ever shoved into a boot.
I wouldn't have even thought about it. I would have got a last sleep in.
I actually saw it on Oprah like 30 years ago or something.
Kick the light out?
Yeah, to kick the light out and put your hand out if you're ever abducted and put in a boot. It's a great idea.
It is. Stickman, I haven't done the research on what actually happened. It just really shocked me. It made me sick because I know that's a time for Dad, someone like me, to put the keys in the wallet in the ex's hand and say, Dad's got some work to go and do. Can you make sure you visit me? Because I'd end them.
Your family, to make sure they promise they'll come visit you, keep money on your commissary, make everything as comfortable as you can be.
Yep. Mr. A. Hey team. Not A team. We've got Caleb. We've got Tyson Walker still here. 2 thumbs. His missus is out of the door. They booted out. Dave Penson, 1 thumb. Daz, there have been more than that on your side of the island, Kaz. Oh, look, mate, there's a lot. Yeah, the truckie saved the day.
Yeah, it did. Bless him.
We have 5 friends who lost their houses in Western Australian fires, mate.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Lucky all insured, but lost irreplaceable. Absolutely.
Time to do a rain dance. Hopefully you'll get some rain.
That's something that when you get into the military, if you're about to go there, team, one of the things you're not allowed to sort of do when you go outfield, it scares the shit out of people. Hit the like button if you can, team, I dare you, is to do a rain dance or speak about rain. Because we have no way of getting shelter from the rain, we just work in it until it stops and we dry out, which doesn't sound like a big deal when you're in the summer, in a northern climate. But all of a sudden, when the prickly heat comes, when you've got ball rot that is thick as a bloody flake bar, you know, and you're starting to stink like a chamois that's been left in a jail toilet for 40 years, you know, it's horrible.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, what's that saying that you say, if it ain't raining?
It ain't training.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any breathing tips for beep test? Matty O'Neill, you know, it's funny you say that, man. It's harder to do it in the beep test because there's that continual changing of direction. But this is going to sound a little bit like one of those Omar sort of classes, whatever the pregnant women do.
Yep.
But I do a double breathe in and a double breathe out. And it sounds something like this, Matty. And what I do is the double gulp in, and you don't try and breathe through your mouth. And you do it and you instill it before you get to the stage you need to do it. So what you're trying to do is set a pattern of breathing, which gives you a double gulp in, double blow out. Double gulp in, double blow out. And you can listen to it like a train and try to keep that momentum. And if it breaks at any stage, sounds funny, but one of the best ways to get your breathing back in track is to hold your breath for a second. And just the rhythm of it will get closer together and closer together as you start to get knackered. Yep. And then it gets to the stage where you lose it, and then it's just and you sound like the guy where a girl said yes to you with a kebab on the way to the taxi rank if you could beat your mate there.
Yep. Carl's off to pick up his son from sport. He said he'll see us soon. See you soon, Carl.
That's awesome, mate. And Carl, if you need me to do that call out again for you young boys, I'll do that. And that goes for anyone. If you ever decide that there's someone in your family, someone in your circle, someone that's feeling a little bit alone, someone that feels like this person on the screen here, which I'll quickly explain now.
Yeah.
We're seeing more and more the population that is using the word title, woke,
Yep.
But what it means is something very, very sinister. What it means is that sense of disconnection from tribalism, saying that I don't need, when you start saying I don't need people, or I don't care what people think, you're going, but 10,000 years ago that meant you were dead. That meant you were ostracized, which means you never got fed, which means you had to do all of your hunting yourself. The one time you get an injury, the one time you get preyed on, you're a dead man or girl.
Yeah. And humans haven't changed that much. We are by nature gregarious creatures.
Yeah.
Like pigeons and that. We need each other. We need community.
Look, we definitely do. This person here looks indicative of a leftist, where I don't need anyone. Yep. I need a vaccine for Wi-Fi. Now it is all of their life. They don't even need to take the goggles off, disengage. As we get altered reality, it's going to get even worse. Who am I? They don't know, because they flip-flop around with the views of the collective, and none of them are their own. My mouth works, okay, very opinionated, but my ears don't. I'm not actually listening to what's going around me.
Yep.
And this is in less than 10 years from now. Am I the good guy or am I the villain? And which freaking day is it?
Yep.
There's a lot of messages I put on this for a reason, and that looks like a lefty too, that's leaning up against the wall. You go, was it worth the price?
The character looks pitiful and in pain and miserable, I think that might, sum it up. Life can be great, even in adverse conditions. You have to find those moments. Take pleasure in the little moments in life. Don't be so miserable all the time.
The journey, not the end state.
Yeah, exactly. The journey is what matters in life, not the destination. You'll find your destination's quite empty.
Well, Mr. Buckaroony, how could you get more base than Mr. Buckaroony? Hello all, just got home from a 12-hour day. He works in the prison system at the moment, but he's given service to Australia in many assets. I'm ready for retirement. Just can't afford it. Mate, you just got to stop giving what you get away, Bucko. He's a very gracious man. And I should probably listen to you as well, mate, to the advice I'm giving you. Mate, you've got a lovely wife. You've got a lovely dog. You live where it's 3 times cheaper than what it is to be in New South Wales or Melbourne.
Yeah.
Mate, you're rich in many ways, and maybe you're too close to it to realise. Mr. Buckaroony's got a fantastic giving channel. Really, really good people.
If you haven't subscribed yet, you really, really should.
Yep. Oh, wait a sec. Lightfoot's saying, hey, I'm back. SN10 launch was meant to be taken off 30 minutes ago. No indication of when it will launch. This is... What do you think about this, Bucko, and Mr. Patterson especially, who's more towards the vintage? Isn't it weird that we can have 10 million people watch a video in a 24-hour period of a new lipstick that is coming out, or Logan Paul is going to have a boxing match with someone who was knocked out quicker than anyone in the history of UFC. But then when we see a launch that is going into space where something's going to be on the moon and it gets 100,000 views, you're going, what can you possibly do to make sense of this world at the moment?
Well, is it potentially not trying to take all the responsibility off the individuals, but to be fair, it's what gets promoted more.
That is true.
Those space launches aren't really put in people's feeds or on their home pages, or they don't really see a lot of it and people don't really share stuff.
But at the end of the day, schools should stop. All schools, private, public, home schools, all channels. This is about to happen. This is something wholesome. As a population, we're about to see a moment which is great. It can't be replicated until the next one.
History being made.
That's right.
I agree. But so I think really my issue when it comes to that particular subject is with things like Google and all the places that look, Facebook and that. They should take a big responsibility in what they do promote. They're the ones promoting those fools.
Well, they put everything up there that makes you feel sick and angry and hateful, but they never actually put up something that's beautiful. You know?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of fear out there, and people are often motivated by fears that they really shouldn't fear.
That's right. Jason Patel says, beautiful fresh air after the rain here in Albury. That's my favourite time of day, before and after a storm. It's fantastic.
I love the smell of, like, nitrogen from the soil. I love it.
Yeah. And Albury is a beautiful location too. Yep. Yeah. Senior Gray, how the team going, mate? Pretty good, I hope.
Yeah, if anyone has any Navy questions, now's the time to ask.
Yeah, Mr. C. Gray, thank you very much for your message the other day. Very inspired.
Mr. Gray will be able to help you out, or at least point you in the direction to get the best answer.
That's it. He'll tell you which corner to go to dodge that soap.
Yep. What?
Well,
but I wasn't even listening.
Well, we use the soap in the army for a good beating, on the rope. But yeah, in the Navy, they use it for ambushing.
Yeah.
I promised myself I'd have a shower this week, so after this is done.
Well, you did that just before the stream.
I know, I'm spreading fake news.
I already told them you were washing your bum.
Brady, don't video your dog's lipstick. I've got it on the mind now, haven't I?
Still talking about that?
It's Isaac Watson's fault. I don't know how, but...
Just blame him. He's the
yeah.
A real man doesn't dodge it, says Mr. Gray.
Well, this would make you laugh. You probably haven't heard of this one, Mr. Gray, who's a Navy gentleman, should I say, which doesn't employ as an officer. But basically what happened was, I was one of the tougher blokes in my platoon. He was a digger. I was a section commander. And I remember I was getting some claret coming out of my cake hole. That's as nice as I can say it.
Yep.
And it wouldn't stop. And anyway, I was on operations. I was up at the Portuguese fort at Ballabo. Not Ballabo, no, it might have been Ballabo. Yeah, it was. It was a Ballabo. And not Bobonaro. And basically what happened is you get car sick every time you go down the mountains to go down to Batari. And Batari was where the medical aid post was. So I got told, mate, you can't be throwing red wine everywhere. So you need to go and get this checked out. And I thought, well, there's nowhere hygienic around here. I haven't had a shower in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I brushed my teeth, went down there, finally got down there, and my mate says to me, hey, Kaz. Okay, yeah, Downsy, what's going on? And he goes, mate, what if he tries to, use you like a pencil case? And I went, what do you mean? He goes, tries to put the pencils back in the case, so to speak. And I went, shit. No, they wouldn't do it over here because it wouldn't be sterile enough, mate. Yeah, no, they'll just talk to me, maybe take a blood test. Believe me, I'll be right. And I got down, and no sooner I got down there, and the doctor sets up a shower screen just so he can go shh to make that noise.
Yep.
And he's going, just look at the moon and dream of England for a second. And then I heard that sound of that vitamin E cream sort of pump. And the next thing I knew, I was suffocating, while I was trying to drill through the wall with my eyebrows.
Oh.
Hanging onto the sheets like Midnight Express. Ow! Ow! And then he goes, yeah, righto, okay, no dramas. The blood test will be back later. I'm going, well, what the hell was that?
Yeah, you could have just done the blood test.
I swear as I walked out, he actually said to me, Happy Valentine's Day.
That's funny.
Do you know the worst thing?
What?
Because I'm not in the Navy, I'm Army, this is what it sounded like at the end. That was the sound of the finger when it came out.
Oh.
But why was there 10?
Come on now.
Yeah, well, it turned out that I had a disease. So,
Mr. Gray said you're already overqualified for the Navy.
Ladies thinking to swipe right and me, Don't think about it, because I tell you, an ensuite is too close to a bed. You know. What's Lightfoot saying here? Giuliani might have the same issue. Never passes out. My gym trainer said I need to put my head up and breathe.
Okay.
It was like trying to pat my head and rub my belly at the same time. I can't do it either.
I had a pretty good question. He said, Kaz, I often forget to breathe when doing push-ups. Do you breathe when your arms are locked out or when you go down?
I don't know. I don't pass out. I think I just... I'd probably just get a rhythm where every two or so you just punch them out. I know that you do get, when you go for the max and you're getting well over 60, you tend to get pretty goddamn dizzy.
Yeah. When I was going to have my first baby, okay, this is relevant, okay, and my nana, who was born she lived a hard life in Kalgoorlie in the days when, at the turn of the century, okay, when women wore big dresses and there was no welfare or anything like that. And I said to her I was going to breathing classes, and she was shocked. She said, we just breathed as best we could. That was her advice. So I guess just take Nana Dean's advice and breathe as best you can.
Yeah, that's it. It sucks during the journey.
Yeah, exactly.
King Slickster. The king of slicks again.
Would you like me to read it?
Yeah, all I can see is the coward cow.
Okay. Hey, Kaz, long-time viewer, first-time donator. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, mate.
My enlistment has dragged out due to an underlying medical condition. Your channel is great. Thanks for being a great inspiration. Buy a steak for the dog.
I will, mate. And he's actually due. And thank you very much for that donation of the coward cow. And that in no means is a reflection on the people that are giving the donation. I want to give the guy some little rissoles or something like that. And whenever you go and ask now the pet barn and all the places, the food to give your dogs, and Mr. Buckaroony would probably laugh at him, like anyone would from North Queensland or Port Augusta, Adelaide, bloody all your rural areas. When they say, I don't have a problem with the powder team, I just feel like I'm going to sneeze. And basically, they're like, no, you can't feed them this, you can't feed them that. And you're going, what are you talking about? Dogs have been used as a garbage disposal for more than frickin' 2,000 years. You're not going to be happy until our goddamn dog's eating tofu.
Yeah.
While we're sucking on a paper straw. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go on a bit of a rant here. I'm getting sick of what's going on with all this, the world sucks. You go, it wasn't that long ago that you were allowed to drive a car. You didn't lock your car. You left your gun in the car. Everyone had a knife on them.
Yeah, we didn't even have car seats as babies and we survived. We'd just be bouncing around in the back of a Kingswood in a basket.
Well, and you didn't have to have any of that. The ute, you were allowed to have as many people could fit in the back of the ute as long as no one was standing up. You're even allowed to drink an open vessel there. As a matter of fact, where's Daz? Or Robbie Wool'll do, or Mr. Bryce. If I want to drive down the road in a car and I want to have a beer while I'm driving my car, I should be allowed to do that. As long as I know that if I go over 0.05, then I'm in the shit. Because my favourite drink might not be Sprite. It might not be sparkling water.
Yeah. If you're not over the limit.
If you're not over the limit, you're not over the limit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting one. I've never thought about it.
We never vote on any of our laws, but we're held to account for them. We're never even told what our laws are until we break one.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I'm a bit. Ever since there was this car accident out the front of mine and JP's place, and the drivers were drunk, I've been really, when you see folks crushed in their car like that, and you can smell the alcohol and that.
But there's nothing you can do to stop that, Lauren. That's people that broke the law willingly.
Exactly, and they were very drunk, so I don't know, but I think it just makes me twitch a bit, the idea of folks, driving drunk, that's all.
Well, I know that I'm very open to, I'm like a 16-year-old drinking beer, I have 2 beers and I feel like, holy shit, I hope I don't vomit because it's so long between drinks, basically. But I know plenty of people that can drink over half a carton and they don't feel affected at all. Because that is the drink they have. They don't have water. They don't have Red Bull. They don't drink Monster drinks.
I think I've heard it called piss fitness.
Yeah, it's true. It's a real thing.
Yeah, it depends on your exposure to it, I think. I don't know.
Carl said he used to sit in the back of utes as a kid. I used to sit in the back as a man.
Do you know, I remember my dad taking us to the tip and we'd get to ride in the empty trailer back home. That was great.
Okay, here we go. Iron Wolf's dad. Speaking of laws, in the ADF, do we learn about what are war crimes? Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's called rules of engagement. You know, every rank that you go up in the military, you have to learn how to prosecute and how to defend people in a military court of law. Every time we go overseas, there's a MEL, which is a mission event list, which is about scenarios. So you actually find out what you can and what you can't do. You know, in certain scenarios. So there's absolutely crystal clear what the rules are when you can and when you can't.
Yep. And I think when you go to other places, like if you go to Butterworth and that, I believe you are briefed on the cultural expectations as well.
And I can't believe I'm doing this, team, you know, but the channel deserves transparency.
Come on, it's not the first time.
It's vile, but it can a Democrat. I've just had to do it.
You keep drinking it. I think you're developing a taste.
Well, it's either that or water, and water always makes me think I'm going on a pack march. What were we talking about again? About
what were we talking about?
Going to Malaysia?
Yeah, like, are you briefed on the cultural expectations?
Yeah, of course. And look, we have no problem with that because...
Yeah, exactly.
In the Navy, it's called the captain table when you're charged. Old Royal Navy term. There you go. Whip him. Whip him.
Get the bosun.
No soap, 2 weeks. Walk the plank.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? But this is where the wokeness has come in that really pisses me off as well. Guys and gals, Carl P's back. Is Justin into bed, mate? What about Lincoln? Are they up? Lincoln Lawyer. Good movie. When we get sent overseas, you know, and I've said this before, and a lot of people may not have ever heard this one because I've only brought it up on one of the streams. Scenario. We'll say that Jay Hayes is in one of the group. I got asked to go and make because I've got pretty strong views on when we go to the Middle East, there should be no females going with us. For the simple fact that unless they're part of, and I don't mind if they're part of HUMINT teams for intelligence corps. Yep, absolutely. Come outside the wire with us. Go and do what you have to do. But what happens is, and I've told other instructors as well, if you don't come to the School of Infantry, if you only go to Kapuka, I'd better not see you going overseas as an instructor to teach IMTs, infantry minor tactics, to foreign nationals when you wouldn't go to Singleton and do your time there as an infantry instructor. And I've said that to my own peers, you know. So it's not just about females at all. But when we talk about, we need to respect the culture of the country we go to and all that sort of stuff, well, how disrespectful is it when we send a female over to then instruct male soldiers who are equivalent to infantry soldiers, ANA, etc.? You've completely disrespected the Islamic culture by sending a female over and then putting her in a position of power where she's speaking to and commanding.
Exactly. But what would they put you guys in a position where you were touching a Muslim female in Malaysia? No.
Absolutely not. You know?
I think we have to. Yeah, it goes two ways.
Well, we don't need permission to basically feel up a female prisoner if there's no MPs there. If we believe there's a danger, all that we can do that. We don't have to go and get a female to do it. But it's preferred, and I reckon almost 99.99% of men also don't want to be in that shitty position where you're going to a female going, you need to pull your top in. There's ways to do it. Pull the back of their shirt, so you can see there's nothing below the gown, all that sort of stuff. But we're respectful and we go beyond what we need to do to make sure that they're as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, I've got my glasses off.
Yeah, Spartan.
Has
got a seasick cow. Hey, Kaz, what's your best memory of reserves? And hopefully you'll put this towards a Coke. You're so hard up.
I will put it towards a Coke. It's just empty. My best Army Reserve. I think it was the times when I just felt like I was part of the team, because I was quite often I was the only reservist there. You know, because I did full-time service as well. And I felt like I was part of the team, and when I felt like I'd done a good job, which wasn't that often really. I finished everything I started, but I didn't know what I didn't know because I hadn't gone through the same training continuums they had, like you get to do now by going to Kapuka. You used to go to Bardia Barracks. I think it would be the introduction of all the equipment. I think it was going in the Huey helicopters. I think it was firing the weapon systems. I think it was going on the PT. I think it was wearing the uniform. However, I wore it badly, and it was greens at the time. I think it was just feeling like, you know, I belonged to something that was adult instead of school, which I was doing at the same time. Yeah.
No, fair enough. And the one underneath it, Blazy Daisy.
I like that name.
Yeah, it's cool. We like a rhyming name, don't we?
We do.
Hey, thanks for the vids you've posted. They've really helped me. Here's $10. Go grab a rum for him.
I'm not in the Navy, but I am born on Anzac Day. So rum and the gunfire breakfast, we've got to get used to that. Maybe I'll save that one till then, mate.
Yes, indeed. David Penson said that it's a Coke can with a sticker on it.
Does he mean Pepsi with a Coke sticker on it?
Yeah, no, Coke can with a Pepsi sticker on it.
But this can is just so woke, it tastes like shit.
Yeah, but you keep drinking it. You know this isn't the first time. Also, did you pay money for that?
Look, it came standard with a zinger meal. What was I going to say? Thank you very much there, Daisy. I tell you what, I won't spend on rum. What could I spend on? No, well, he sort of said that's what he wants it to be, isn't it? You know, when it's Anzac Day, you don't get to just say, no, I'm not going to have a rum and coffee.
No.
You know, it's sort of like this is a tradition. This was the gunfire breakfast. The expectation was to give you a bit of Dutch courage, you know, to give you a little bit of cheer in a time of somber moods, remembering that Gallipoli was not all about going over the top. It wasn't all about the neck. You know, it wasn't all about the withdrawal. So many people died at Gallipoli from disease, etc. Like it's staggering when you look at the western front as well, and the eastern front. In two of the big wars, the biggest wars, that were meant to end all wars, disease killed so many. So alcohol, like it's always been used, was because it was safer than also drinking the water in many of the areas too. Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to do is just getting out of drinking rum. To me, it's the devil's broth. It's horrible.
Yeah, you know, I had rum once. I had half a glass. Somebody from Tuara told me I'd like the taste of it, and I had a half a glass of it, and then all of a sudden my legs didn't work, so I got tucked into bed.
Taxi!
Yeah, it was at my house, so I just got tucked into bed, so that was okay.
Every time I lost a fight, I told people my drink had been spiked before it. There's like Mike. Hey, Kaz, would you know the process of re-enlisting into the army? Like Mike, it all depends on how long it's been between stints, mate. Between stints. The longer, you know, they can actually wipe out the time you've served at all, depending on how long it is. But if it's not long, they might bring you straight back in again and throw a uniform on you, you know, and kick you straight back to the unit. You know, depending on what it is, what corps you're in, etc. You know, I don't know. I know nothing about your situation, mate, but it's all going to start by you going back to recruiting and asking to have an interview as an ex-retired soldier, airman, sailor, and then from there they'll look at you as a one-on-one case and go, do we want this guy back in? Why did you get out? Why are you going back in? If you were so sure of getting out when you got out, okay, how do we know you're so committed about getting back in, or is this another phase?
Yeah, you better be just ready for those kind of questions.
Absolutely.
It can be done. Look who's here.
Well, tell you, they save so much money to get someone back in that's got out. Because I'll tell you something, people almost never get out for their own reason. Something else has stimulated the reason why they got out, whether it was peer pressure, bad leadership, a missus, or the grass is greener, or they've just got back from overseas. They're your big five off the top of my head. Yeah. Oh, Senor Trump, he's here.
Yeah, I just told you that.
Rum and milk. Now, there's a man that we call... That's an alias team. It's not the real Donald Trump.
I think they've figured that.
But this Donald Trump, he is known in many countries as Pirate Sleeves. Have you heard about it?
Yep.
Old Pirate Sleeves, Somali veteran. Okay? He came to a Rwanda reunion. Not a Rwanda reunion. He came to a 4-platoon reunion. All the boys were there. The medals were all already put on jackets. Our shirts were wrapped in plastic from the dry cleaner, because no one with a job would ever have to iron themselves. And he had this $200 shirt, and he pulls it out, and there'd been some sort of mistake. And I'm telling you, he looks up at me like, what the hell is going on here? One of them looked like the spinnaker of a bloody Sydney to Hobart yacht race, and the other one looked like the Flying Nun's collars on a hat.
Surely it wasn't that bad.
It looked like Edward Scissorhands. He's just hanging with these things, and it could have been cut up with enough bandages, to be used in the Civil War. And he's just like, what am I going to do? It took him about 25 minutes to roll each one up.
Come on now. I don't believe it was that bad.
Oh, it was bad. I was there. Where do you think I got my PTSD from?
Not from his pirate sleeves.
Could have been.
But we love him. He's great. He's very well respected.
Well, he's just got himself something. When we look at this screen here, it's the opposite of Senor Trump that we're talking about. Pirate sleeves. He's just looked at the money he's got in the bank. He's looked at his life, and he's decided capability. So now he has a Raptor. Now he's got a rooftop tent. Now he's got a canopy that goes all the way around, top of the line, fantastic. And now his life is all about living life rather than plateauing along. He's got back on the horse. He's whipped it a couple of times and decided, if I don't do something positive for me, that is catered for my one-on-one version of this life in my second episode, then all I can do is become yet another casualty of war. So he's done something about it, and I'm absolutely proud of him. I hope he's off at the moment, because I don't like to give him too many compliments.
Well, do you know he told me the pirate sleeve story himself because he wanted me to hear it from him, not you. He knew you were going to tell me, so...
If it had been windy that day, we wouldn't have seen him again.
No, he's a really great soul. We love him so much.
Goddamn 2 air socks hanging off his wrists. What's the kebab saying?
Hang on, let me find Yaros. Kaz, how do you just keep coming up with things to say? That's really impressive. Were you like this before the army?
This is because my mind sits on redline, and every time someone's ever insulted me, it goes into the book of tricks, Felix the Cat, so to speak, and then I'll normally regurgitate it another decade later. So this should be some indication of the amount of, insults I've received over my time.
Which I think indicates that, yes, he was like this before the army.
It just came in and said, there's another member.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I haven't seen it popped up, though, but I may be lagging a little bit. JP tells me that you were like the funniest guy ever, that he used to try and match your funny.
Well, I didn't weigh much. I was very, very fit. And my brain was going 100 miles an hour. So I always had time to spend looking at someone else who was less prepared than myself. Because I was a forward scout, I always got there and got my breath back. while other people were coming up the hill, so I had time to laugh at their demise. No one got to see my face. As a matter of fact, one of the really funny things about being the number one scout when you're up the front is all you ever see is, like Navy, is the back of my head, from your bosun's mate.
God.
So you never see the expression on my face. So every time I turn around I'm hurting, all I got to do is hold my breath, look around like, yep, no dramas. Before I look to the front and then start panting like a pregnant bloody ox again. But I get to see your face every time I turn around when you're sucking in the big ones. And the one thing no one ever asks for, ever, especially in infantry, is sympathy.
Yes.
Everyone's back is hurting like Jesus on the cross.
Yes.
Your helmet doesn't fit properly. Everything sucks. But you know what? Everyone knows it. Everyone feels it. But no one ever says it. No one ever says it. And that's the funny thing, that everyone's pretending it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, but that's a beautiful thing. That's a spiritual thing. That's how you guys are able to do what you do in the worst situations and conditions. And you are, you keep that you keep it alive with humour and camaraderie. It's really admirable.
Well, we get excited when someone gets injured. We're like, yes, show me their injury. What do we got there? We've got another coward cow.
Yeah, Private Kyle, loving the channel. Thanks for the content. Oh, you're welcome. We're glad you like it.
Private, you're going to be a sergeant before too much longer, mate. What are we going to call you? We're going to change your name as you go. Thank you very much, mate. I'm going to spend that on a mustard stick for my dog. Now we've got to get another collar. Actually, he's a thick boy now. Dad, I've been creeping him snacks. And he's a puppy, and he already needs to go to admin company, for those that know what I'm talking about. He's a thick boy, as Sniper Wolf would say.
Yeah.
I think she's absolutely witty and beautiful. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's all right. Mr. Gray is off to watch a movie, and Blazy Daisy is there with a big magenta, cow. Because it's not really red.
You know what I'm going to say? Blazy Daisy, absolutely, thank you very much. Do you know what you've just done, my friend? Blazy Daisy, is there any chance, female? I'm not trying to assume gender here. But that is going to buy the new harness for my dog tomorrow when my little girl gets it. And Blazy Daisy, if you are a lady, let me tell you something that's going to make you very happy. And probably a lot of the people that have actually heard my beautiful little girl online. Today I decided, thumbs up from the parents if you can, that today I decided it's about time that I was a little bit serious with my daughter and actually done something to mark the fact that she's becoming a young lady now. Not an adult, but a young lady. So today I surprised her after school. She wanted to have a date with her little buddy, and I said, no, you don't have time for that. You've got a surprise today. And she's going, what do you mean, Dad? I said, you've never asked for this, so I think it's fitting. So I took her to the shop. We're upstairs, Westfield, and I said, I spied my little eye something beginning with R. I'd say Romeo, but she's not down with it.
Right.
And she goes, ring, and pointed at the jewellery store. I went, bingo, let's go. So we went down there and we bought her a $400 ring.
Oh, beautiful.
I should have just got her a calamari ring. It would have been a lot cheaper.
JP bought our daughters their first ring. That's a lovely thing to do.
Well, and I think the best jewellery presents should come from fathers, because you don't want a girl to have a beautiful jewellery gift from a partner, boyfriend, fling, and then never wear that again.
Yep.
And this way she got to pick it, so I know she loves it.
Well, you're setting the bar, aren't you?
Hey. Blazy Daisy with the menstrual cow there, which is
Yep.
it's fine, but what he said. So Blazy Daisy, is there anything you need to know? It is way too much for a donation. It is, team. Honestly, for everyone that doesn't know, what I believe that YouTube should do: put a thumbs up or a thumbs down, agree or disagree. I think there's so much content now on YouTube that I would like people to be held to account, and what it becomes is the donation feature is not there.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is that it costs $5 a month to be on YouTube at all. So what happens then is $2 goes to YouTube, which would make them very, very happy and pay their bills.
Well, you've lost a lot of folk, though, already.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, but then $1 goes out of that $5 to only 3 channels that you choose. So you could choose Goon Squad, you could choose Mr. Buckaroony, and you could choose what are they called? Youngbloods over in Western Australia. That way, there's not this. I don't know. One, people could do it for jobs. You get the hint very quick whether you're worth your salt. YouTube would be happy. You wouldn't be watching any ads. And it's the price of a coffee a month.
I think sadly channels like yours would suffer because
Maybe.
once you make it a paid demographic, you've got to remember like those who have the most disposable income to spend on things are maybe not the sort of viewers who would be, watching what we do.
But I still I'd do this channel either way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. That's not why we do YouTube.
I love streaming to you guys because you get the content, you get the context, you actually get to know who's streaming to you. You get to understand that, that there is a life after what your first career is. There's always a reason to lift your head and go, no matter what's happening, there's another out, especially if you've got a little bit of ambition. You can keep getting back up on your feet, recreating yourself. Yeah. You haven't lost money in the shares until you sell them.
Exactly. And look, you've built a beautiful community here. I absolutely love this community. It is great. It's great fun.
Well, it never bickers. I look down, and it's I'm with Lauren. The small guy wouldn't make it. Yeah,
I just fear that's what would happen because I believe the demographic with the most disposable income is like LGBT couples and things like that.
Yeah.
And so I think they possibly, I don't know. Look, wrong?
But we know the people that come to this channel are here for the right reason. That's why we never scream for subscribers, so to speak, because the last thing you want to do is... We found out today that CNN pays for their views. Did you know that? That's disgusting. That's gross.
There's a calamari.
Hey! Favourite uncle. Good night, kids.
Yeah.
Calamari, here you go, mate.
Do you need to ring your little girl?
I do, but she'll be awake till at least 9 tonight.
Okay.
Because she's got the little puppy at the moment, cleaning dessert off the side of her face, probably.
Aww.
Senor Jam Man. Is it Jam Man? Is that 62 or 82? My eyes, I swear they're buttons.
82. It was a good year.
Welcome to the Great Unwashed. Okay. It's awesome to have you here, Jam Man. I don't know why, I just thought Navy. But it's great to have you here, Jam Man 82. Can we get some thumbs up in the chat? Because whenever someone comes and becomes a member, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's like we have to earn someone to actually come and be a member. And it's just great to see, to be able to celebrate someone realising they've got somewhere to be. Yep.
And he just upgraded. Yeah, it's an upgraded. He joined an upgrade. Hey. Well done.
Thank you very much. And I will drink a coffee. Thank you very much, Senor. You've deserved your afternoon sleep. Thank you very much. I can't put a thumbs up there, can I?
Yeah. No, welcome back, calamari.
I think you're going to say welcome back, Cotter.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I used to love that show. It
was a good one. Arnold Horshack.
Yep. Yeah, he was great. And Vinnie Barbarino.
Oh, that's right. Let him go.
Man, look at him go. Wow, he's like going to be the biggest squid in town.
He's going to be. I'm just trying to find your thumb here. I just realised that I can put this stuff in here too. I'm not gonna throw him a kiss. You know what? Is there one for heartburn?
Well, no. There's like heart and a flame you could do, a heart and a flame.
Oh, there we go. Jeez, I didn't realise how much I'm asking you to do here by putting the thumbs up. I'll throw a dog's bone in there, a bit of eyes of jealousy at the bone, and I'll throw this in there, one for an anal examination. I can't make it a brown eye. And there we go. For the ladies that'll be looking through the window of my camper van at Byron Bay, trying to swipe right, and I go, that's not the way it works, love.
Yeah, I know. They're going to be surrounding you like a zombie.
Thanks, Jam, man. I tell you what, team, you're going to be excited when I get this van. And then you can call me Halen. Do you get it?
Call you what?
Halen. Van Halen.
Oh, I get it. That was very droll.
I'm such a dick sometimes, I get it.
That was a good one.
One of the questions I really want to ask people when we do the street conversation is Lamborghini or camper van? Or Lamborghini or F-150? Which one would you rather? Because you learn a lot about people, don't you? Would you rather have, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. Just the idea of being able to get into a car and be able to Velma Louise by yourself, you know, when you're single.
Yeah, but, you know, I think I'd prefer a van.
Yeah, well, so would I.
Yeah.
I didn't realise how simple life gets after you get older.
Yeah, exactly. Because you realise that is the meaning of life. You know, it's not to own the most and the flashiest and get all the attention. You know, life is to have it. You know, live simply and live within your means.
Enjoy that journey.
Exactly. Yep. Enjoy every little bit of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy every sip of Pepsi you take.
Yeah, let's cut it back. Let's cut that back. Is that Mr. Bryce, the veteran? Is he saying something there? All I can see is zebra stripes, like I'm the lion lost in the crowd.
Okay, here he is. Kaz, how often were your number one greens stolen from the drying rooms at Kapuka?
I never had green stolen, mate, but I did have my number one slouch hat stolen on sub 1, you know, and that chapped my ass because I'd had it for over 5 years. You know, you got a number one and a number two slouch hat. You used to have team 1, which is always flat brim, ready to go for parades, spick and span, good to go. The other one is the one you see me pissing around with sometimes. Big bend in it, you know, from, you know, ladies, how are we? G'day, kids. And trying to keep it on your head in high winds when you're getting around the barracks. You're never meant to have a flat brim when you're wearing it around as dress of the day, but now we've got that to supposedly keep the heat out, so to speak. But you're always meant to have a bend in it. And then when people go, oh, I don't like your hat, it's got a bend in it, you go, well, you've got a problem with the light horse as well? Because that's where the bend came from. Slouch hat Tom Price gave it to us. It was never worn properly until they wore it to the Boer War and then after that, you know, it's a beautiful, worldwide recognised head accoutrement, you know, and it's meant to have a bend in it. You know, a straight hat always normally meant that you were a new soldier.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know much about it.
Put your glasses back on, Kaz, but then you'd miss the lovely voice of Lauren, who is shining. For those that don't know, that Lauren also has a fantastic channel, and she's also one of Australia's better, you know, tattooists, and used to own her own studio.
Yeah, I've owned more than one. Yeah.
I didn't realise you'd had more than one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've been in the biz for more than 2 decades, you know, quite a long time, longer I'd like to admit. Well, funny story, I recorded a video for my channel yesterday, I drew a great picture, and then my computer decided to go kaput this morning, so I've lost all that work. I even edited it. It was really awesome. So I'll have to draw it again.
That really sucks. I actually felt your pain a bit then.
Yeah, no, I really was in pain, yeah. But I don't even know if I'm going to draw it again. Maybe I'll just draw something different.
I don't think you'll be able to.
Yeah, no, I'll draw it again. It'll be better than the first time.
Hey, Shep, checking in from Duntroon. How you going, mate? Yeah, that's a Lord of the Flies down there, mate. You know, there's a lot of politics there. I hope you're really enjoying it.
Yeah.
My IQ just did go up there, Carl. Thank you very much, mate.
You look good in your glasses.
I think that's fake news. You know, I
No,
honestly feel like the second I put them on, looks like I can't catch, can't fight, can't play sport.
no, that's not what you look like at all. Thumbs up if you think Kaz looks good in his glasses.
Don't be swiping right on Kaz.
Thanks.
I'm a bum deal. You know, people go, why don't you get back in the dating game, Kaz? And I go, because I'll tell you what, I'm not a bloody good catch. You know,
yeah, no, I know what you mean, because I feel a bit the same. I'm a bit special.
It's not that I'm broken from relationships, it's just my priorities, my daughter and my dog. Yes. And when it's not my daughter and my dog, it's my camera. And when it's not my camera, it's my family. When it's not my family, it's you.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I like my alone time too, you know.
Oh, how Jack's at. Bryce, he was saying that someone stole his puggery from his slouch hat.
Oh.
And then you can get in trouble where they go, you should have looked after it, shouldn't you? Tommy, how much of a choice do you have in regard to picking an infantry battalion? Love the channel, Kaz. Tommy, it's good to have you here, mate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 7. You missed a couple of numbers there, lad. Look, in going to School of Infantry, there is a set amount of positions that go to each battalion, you know, and that will change with every single platoon. There might be all of a sudden 20 people they need for the second battalion, and only one for one area, and the next platoon might be 17 for one area, and 32 going to 3 area. You know, depending on what battalion you want to go to, the more people that want to go to yours, you'd better beat them in everything you do, and including your reporting, code of conduct, leadership, mateship, and capability. If you can do that, then there's a better chance that you're going to get to where you want to go. Because there's an absolute pecking order at the School of Infantry on where you go. And you don't want to end up at Adelaide in the land of the single mums. You know? Because you'll take one off the market real quick.
Yeah, well, that might work out okay.
Maybe.
You know, it might be okay. You might change some kid's life.
You could. But the fear is that you can fall in love with the kids, you know, where you want to give them that great life. And you bond with children, good children, very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But you'll be disappeared the second it breaks up in most cases. And that can leave you in a very hard position where they can feel like you're trying to be close to the kids in order to get to them. You go, no.
Yeah, that can happen though too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't blame someone for being, you know. In fact, women should be, and men, I suppose, should be careful.
You'd have heard of this before. Grab a granny in Townsville.
Yeah, of course.
You go out in Townsville, team. I'm telling you, you go out. You're thinking you're dancing with a size 8 to 12 girl, pretty as a punch. You know, had high heels on. Doesn't look like she's stumbling. The smoke machine comes on, and as the smoke dissipates, you look like you're going out with her medieval brother. And you go, where did she go? You know, something happens in the water up there, I tell you.
Yeah, I think that was the Seaview Hotel that was famous for the grab a granny.
So was it sort of travelled around.
Yeah, it did.
It was more time-based wherever you were. If you're there after 12 o'clock, you sort of know by now you're in trouble. You know, kebabs are running out, taxi lines getting longer.
As your options depleted during the evening.
Yeah, and if you look like your father and you don't think your father's a swipe right expert, there you go. Nitro, PFA on Monday. Well, you got to live up to your name, mate. You go as fast as you can. You do those push-ups like you're breathing on Monday, mate. And when you go on Monday, remember, we've got a bunch of people that are actually also going into a platoon. Let me see if I can see that.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's see what's happening. What's the date on Monday?
Oh, what, the 8th?
Where are we? February?
8th.
15th? Okay, well, on the 15th, and remember, we've also got a bunch of people from Western Australia, because of the COVID scare, that'll probably go, pardon me, don't mind the piglet, that are going on the 15th of February as well.
Yeah.
Lukey Hutchins, Sam Glasgow, The Bear, and Flies as Big as Cats. They're all going on the same day.
Flies as Big as Cats is now known as Battle Angel.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
That makes some sense now.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, so they're all going in on Monday. They're about to have some of their last feeds. I'm going to have one of my best feeds when tomorrow I go and have all-you-can-eat sushi. That's going to be bloody fantastic. We've got 10 minutes to go, team. Hold on to the reins. Whip them if you wish. Now get your questions in. Make sure you subscribe. Tick like if you can.
Yep.
Tick thumbs up down if you don't. We like honesty here. Vernon, how you going, matey?
We like interaction. You know, I was about to... You made me think of Devo. Remember them?
Yep, the red hats. Whip it good.
Good.
So whip it good. David Penson will be dancing to that now in Vietnam, where everyone going, what's going on? No, he's going to do he's going to do the karaoke again. How you going there, KD?
There's a question here.
Yeah.
Matt Doug said, hey guys, I can't find much online, but does anyone have an idea of the negative aspects of communications system operator? And are there any civilian qualifications gained from the training?
Look, with the communications, that's if you're talking about signals corps, there is a very close line between them and intelligence corps. You're going to have a probably top secret clearance. From there, you're going to be using communications, which are part of the big three: command, control, communications. One of the big ones, as communications, which is really Ed B's forte. You know, he does it now individually. Actually makes antennas and etc. and has a civilian club now that he's out of the army. But it's a small group environment. Okay, it is a very serious squadron-based role. We've got Mr. Buckaroony was actually at SSM, Squadron Sergeant Major, in a signals unit. Very small team. You know, in detachments you work in. So it might be 2 and 3 men, women detachments. You know, there's some fantastic places that they get trained in and also can get posted to. You know, there's a lot of jobs there. They normally train at Watsonia, which is in Melbourne, you know, which is near McLeod, the suburb. Yeah. I don't have any real negatives to it, mate.
Yeah, but it's wise, though, to always check out the pros and cons
Yeah.
of any that you're about to, you know, any endeavour you're about to embark on. That's wisdom. Then you know, knowledge is power. You know what you're in for. You can make an informed decision then.
Vernon, it's going down like juice from a Brussels sprout.
So when you were through, did you buy that through the drive-through or over the counter?
Definitely the drive-through. They smuggled it into my car.
When they say, what drink would you like with that, you said...
Just anyone.
You didn't.
You go, I just said Coke, and they went, no, I don't have it, mate.
You could have said Mountain Dew.
No, I don't need a World War II freedom fighter in my car. Every time someone says Mountain Dew, I always think of someone with a rifle, you know, from the Jewish community up in the hills, just the Mountain Dew.
Your brain is impressive sometimes. There's John Posey leaning on the keyboard again.
He always does it.
Yeah.
You know? Got to go, guys. See you in the next one. Think I might call tomorrow, Cass, if that's okay, mate. All good with me, mate. Or let me know when I can love the streams, keep it going. Look, this is what we do, mate. This is what we do. Because to me, it gives me somewhere to be. It keeps me on the wheel, so to speak. And I never really know how many people that are out there that they're here because this gives you somewhere to be. It might be that you feel like that person in the on the screen there right now. You know, but I tell you what, we live in a fantastic world where, picture this, every time we start to think that life sucks, this is happening, that's happening, we're also Red Bull getting wings. I'll be with you 2 seconds there, Spartan. Oh, he's off.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night, sir. I know what you just did there, 762. That's a caliber team. That's the caliber. Maximi. Yep, Mag 58. Good to go. Medium machine gun right there. Spartan, you're welcome in a Legion. Mountain Dew is good, said while leaning on my rifle. Thus is good. What was I going to say?
Don't know.
Okay. picture this. At the moment, we're saying, oh, this person, that person, this is bullshit, technology, it sucks. We're around the corner from having Google Glass, where you can be absolutely confident when you're driving, walking around, whatever, as it gets to the version Apple 7 or whatever, where you're going to have potentially wild animals walking down the street. Just exciting, just making your world feel so awesome. Imagine if you were crippled, if you were special needs, if you'd been in an injury where you couldn't go out and live your life anymore. We're very close to being able to put the goggles on and then switch to a channel where you're hooked up to a camera, which is actually at a Serengeti waterhole, live streaming, where you can see everything in 360 degrees, what's happening at that waterhole, what's happening below the ocean, what's happening on the moon. Our world has never been smaller. Okay, I wish I could travel at the moment. I'd go to Vietnam and I'd watch the street foods, etc. But I understand at the moment, that's hard with COVID. But guys and gals, there is so much good coming as well. And we seem to be putting what do you call it, Lauren? We seem to be forgetting about the good things and only concentrating on the bad, like we're being brainwashed.
We actually live in the best time to have lived in history.
Absolutely.
We have really low infant mortality rates, and when, women are having babies, they don't die all the time. We have a good quality of life, especially if you're lucky enough to live in a Western country. Even those on welfare have enough to get by and also have some entertainment. So, we've got, especially in Australia, we have free healthcare, education that's affordable. We really can't complain.
What about the fact that we can turn a switch and our light comes on, or we turn a tap and drinkable, potable water comes out? Exactly. We are so privileged now that we'll still choose to go to Aldi and buy bottled water rather than the perfectly good water that comes out of our tap. We'll pay for water.
Yep.
We've just had Maddie Doug rock up there. Can we get some thumbs up of any colour for Maddie Doug? They're all equal. And mate, thank you very much for joining the not just the channel, but joining the online military. You're a private soldier there now, or you can call yourself a recruit, either or. And you're going to be a lance corporal within a month, followed by section commander a month after that, and then 3 months after that you'll be a sergeant and chat. This is where you belong. We want you here and we need you on that wall. Can't wait to hear more about you, Dougie. Let us know what you got to say.
Yep, for sure.
John, great name.
That's right. The kings and queens, of old didn't live as good as us. It's true.
Yep.
We can eat chocolate. We can drink grog. We've got so much freedom. And really, when we're arguing about microaggressions, we've got it good.
Yeah, we have. There's Carl. Look at him. You've started some little click of 3 thumbs teams here.
I only ever do 3 thumbs now.
Look at Trump. You know why he put a black hand up there? That's actually shadow that's coming off his pirate sleeve.
Oh, no, look what's that. Oh, come on now. That's not fair. Is he ever going to hear the end of Pirate Sleeve?
Never will. It's my favourite story. John Zack throwing the 3 there too, joining the bloody 3 thumb brigade.
Look at Sad Boy's pattern. Does that make you twitch?
Yeah, that looks like the British soldiers at Zulu Dawn at Isan Luana. Sloan Smart. Shroomin. Not sure what that was about.
Yeah, don't do that.
Delegate Jones. Hey, Kaz, been loving the stream while in the gym at the moment. Would love to know what brand of socks and undies you'd recommend when going on X. That's a really good one, man. And I can answer that straight up, DJ. Yep. Spin that goddamn wheel. And that is Explorer socks are as good as they come. Explorer socks.
Yes, Explorers.
They're fantastic. They are worth the bloody price. And the undies, never, ever, ever wear undies unless they're sniper undies. Exactly. No, I'm joking. That's a LORE law of the channel. You wear boxer shorts, mate. You wear boxer shorts, so if anything comes unstuck, it can still roll out the side, so to speak. And the reason is quite often we get to go and swim in water holes, you know, and no one trusts a guy in dick stickers or undies, you know. It's very Lord of the Flies, weird looking. Boxer shorts, you know, no worries. The mozzies can still bite through them, but one thing I will tell you, team, if you can, go and have a look up the mozzie bracelets that look exactly like these Beyond Blue bracelets, and you can buy them wrapped in plastic, and you can take them with you. They take up no room, they weigh nothing, and apparently these suckers, when you put them on your wrist, or you can put them on a band of your webbing, when you open that packet, it gives 24-hour protection from those little bitches that try to bite the shit out of you to feed their kids. You know, so I recommend getting some of those. I didn't have them when I joined, and mate, I would have paid $50 for one of those in Tully. You know, absolutely, always have a bunch of those, and you're good to go. Jay, next time we will be Lauren Carl. Explorer socks are the best.
I can relax in the chat so much. If I'm busy talking to you, sometimes I can't always look at what's going on in the chat, but I really know Jay's there taking care of business, so I don't have to worry about it.
Sorry, I'm just looking at Maddie Doug there. What's Maddie saying? I'm partway through my application, just waiting on the medical team to contact me about medical history. Okay. I hope to be enlisted this year. Thanks for your help, guys. Maddie Doug, you're in the right place. We're here to help. You let us know if a problem happens, and if I can't solve it, do you know who can? Dun 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 dun. Vanilla Ice, racist ice. Lateral saviors of mankind and the free world. Okay, guys, it's time for you guys to go and have a weekend.
Yep.
You know, it's time for me to go and make some productions, eat some sushi, feed my dog, buy it a new what do you call it? Buy it a new harness.
Yep, for the thick boy.
For the thick boy. Thank you very much for everything you have done tonight, giving us the time, choosing this channel over all others to be here tonight.
Yep, I'm going to bed to read some Jane Austen.
Well, that'd put me to bed in 2 seconds.
No, there's a story I've never read before. I thought I'd read everything she had ever written, but no, there's a story I'd never even heard of.
When in doubt.
Yep, I'm going to give it a whirl.
You should do it. And do you know what my choice is tonight?
What?
Guys and gals, put your phone on BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Yep.
On your phone, and just put it on YouTube, BuzzFeed. Yep, and you will piss yourself laughing.
They're both really good. They've got such a good team, those.
It's great.
Yeah.
Let's stream again on Monday. Good to see us here. Welcome to the new members.
Yes, indeed.
Guys and gals, reach out. Let me know if you need more, and we will facilitate. Other than that, let's get some reactions up as well. Tyson Walker, say good day to Grace. Amazing wife of Tyson.
Yeah, please do. Congratulations to both of you. I hope you're enjoying your honeymoon period.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and do what the moderators have told me. Jay Hayes has said, go and ring your daughter.
Exactly, go do it.
And the best thing about the ring I bought her, Jay, is it has to be resized for a little girl's finger.
Aww.
So that means it's not just buy it, got it, and it's like everything else I've ever bought it. It's special because now she has to wait for it to be there, then go in and actually get it for her. It's a magic moment. I recommend it. Girls' best jewelry should come from a family or from herself. You know, that way it'll always be attached to a moment that she respects.
Exactly, and it'll really annoy any guy she goes out with, oh, that's a nice ring, but you should see this one my dad got me.
Yeah, and the fact that it's got a small diamond in it too means her friends are going to be spewing.
It's beautiful. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, guys and girls, I'm not going to keep you off here any longer. Take it easy. Drop the comments later, not in this chat, but in the chat below in the main one, and I will activate and react to that. Press the like button before you go if you can. Thank you very much for everything you do, Lauren. Can we get some thumbs up in the crowd there? And we'll meet up on her channel, Lauren's Shining channel. Okay, and we'll give you some appreciation in the comments there.
Yeah, no, it's always my pleasure. I love you guys. This is my community.
I love me too.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay, guys. as beautifully as you can. Go and kick some ass on Battlefield 5 because only suckers play Call of Duty. Bye-bye. Diddy Meow from the